Hello, it's Fran from Franny Do Makes. Today I am going to be tidying up and reorganising my craft room. This is a different angle for you today. It's got incredibly messy, so I'm going to give it a good tidy, get rid of everything. So I thought I'd bring you along with me and you can have a look and we'll go through a little stash tour and yeah, so give you some ideas if you've got a space that you need to fill. I've had this room since, I can't even remember, sort of late on 2019 I think, because my husband used to work in this room when he first started working from home, when he got made redundant a while ago, but then we built a big garden office, took the garage down and built a big garden office, so he works out there. So when he moved him out of here, then I took this room for all my craft stuff. So I mean, I can't believe that I managed to fit all the stuff. It used to just be in a corner of the room in one of those big IKEA boxes, but obviously it's filled up this room fairly nicely. So I'll put you up on the wall and you can have some time lapses of what I'm doing, and if I find anything I'll chirp in and show you what I found. Okay, wish me luck. Alright, see you in a bit. Hello again. Right, I've made quite a dent in the tidying. I mean, it doesn't look like it at the moment because I've just got piles of stuff, but these are things I just need to put away when I've finished up. So I've got lots of stuff that shouldn't be in here, rubbish, recycling. This is some sewing patterns here, and materials for making those patterns. This stuff here, I'm going to turn you around, hang on. Right, so this stuff here is advent calendar, Christmas presents, Minnie's advent chocolates. This is an empty basket, I don't know what to do with it. This is some knitting patterns. There are my books that I put my project cards in. That's some cleaning stuff. Right, so just to give you a little bit of a tour, on the back of my door, because it's only a small space, so I have to like hang stuff. Sorry, that's just my tripod that I had my phone on before. So I have this hanging lot of hooks for the back of my door, so I can hang my chair on the back. My cutting mat is on there, some bags and some sewing patterns that are cut out that I'll probably use again. I've got some signs up. I've got these little bookshelves that are just little thin ones. Most of these things are from IKEA, so these were from IKEA. So I've got a Tilling the Buttons book, 52 Weeks of Socks, I've got Turtle and Moon, some Shapier's book of zines, and then just some bits and bobs. That's my certificate for my skydive. So also from IKEA I've got one of the pegboards, which I mainly use when I'm sewing, but it's good for holding all bits and bobs and stuff. So I've got all my threads up there, I've got my scissors, I don't know why that's there, that can go somewhere else. I've got some stitch markers, that's a pin cushion in there. My sock blockers are on there. This is a bag that I put rubbish in. I always like a lip balm. Scissors. Oh, these are all cards from any new to me, like yarn dyers or independent businesses, so I keep the cards. I have these little tubs, so that one's got elastic, that's got stitch markers, that's got needles, thread, washi tape. I think there's a bit of miscellaneous in there. Oh, but I do have some labels in there. Blocking stuff, pens, crochet hooks, pliers, and more pens. And then I've got pins over here. Yeah, so like I said, oh, this is my table that I use for sewing. So it's a fold-up table, fold-out table, and then it has drawers either side. So my drawers have like sewing bits and bobs in there, like needles and thread cutters, clips and things. I think I've got, yeah, fat quarters in there, and the bottom has got little craft kits in there. I've got that's my sewing kit, and that has odds and ends in it, like ribbons and trims and things. On my window, I've got my needles that you've seen before, my cacti, a nice lamp. This is my little chair, so this is sort of a little nook. I've got my embroidery up there, I have a nice blanket, nice chair. This is all yarn that needs to get put away, so we'll do this in a minute. And that's a project bag that was from a MKAL, so I need to empty that and get that put back with the other project bags. Behind the back of my table I have my big blocking mats there. They're like exercise mats that I got from, I think they were just from Home Bargains or somewhere. Up above I have another IKEA shelving unit. I think what's in that box, maybe I need to sort that box out. At the end there I've got stuffing for toys, a notebook. The little box has got little cotton bits in it. Yarn, hand-dyed yarn. Project bags are there. And then I have my cart, my trolley, that has a lot of amigurumi cotton on it, and the top tends to get full of stuff. So there's pencils, pens, hats. I don't know why there's a belt there. That needs sorting out again at some point. That's my little scraps jar. This is things that I'm going to be working on soon. That's just wool that I've taken out from up there. But there's my embroidery flosses underneath. And this filing cabinet I spray painted myself, and it's full of fabric. It's also on wheels, so I can move it around if I need to. And then there's felt in the top. I've got a mini ironing board. So I think down there is some scraps of fabric that has packing stuff in it, and then just jars of buttons, trims, more ribbons, and that's odds and ends of felt. I don't know why I'm keeping that. Hand cream. And then I've got this as well that made up that has some, I mean I need to sort this out because I'd put it aside to do like quilting and things, and then that's got my label maker in it. Never actually got round to doing it. You know, you just end up putting stuff in everywhere. Anyway, right. Let me turn you around again. Okay, so that's all the odds and ends. Do you want to look at the stash and stuff? What's up there? What I'll do is I'll get it all out. What time is it? I might go have some lunch first because I've not really had any breakfast and I'm starving. And then I'll get all the yarn out and we'll have a look through it together. Yeah? Okay. Right, I've had my lunch. I'm going to get down the baskets and we'll have a look through those, and then we'll have a look through the hand-dyed stuff as well. And then I will go through this with you if you like. This stuff. Okay, so give me a minute. I've just got a cup of tea on, so I'm going to go grab that, and I'll sit and go through the stash. Right, so I've got a cup of Mickey Mouse biscuit brew by Irish tea. Right, so the first of the two baskets that was up at the top there has mainly cotton in it. So I originally got this is it, a kit to make the Vivian cardigan from Wool and the Gang. I made it. I mean, I could show you, hang on. So, here it is, which is lovely, apart from this. Like, the arms are so massively long. I mean, I could just, I don't know what I could do with it. I mean, I could just do that, that might be a bit more. But it's really heavy. It's really heavy. I do love though, let me show you. You do a join up the back and you do it with a crochet hook. I'll leave it on now. So yeah, I need to figure out something with the sleeves because I just don't wear it and it just sits in the cupboard just because the arms get in my way, so I might just fold them back. So if anyone has any ideas, I mean I could just cut off the rib I suppose and unravel, but it's it was knit and you sew it up so it's not round and round. I liked it better tucked under. You see it's got like caught in stuff and slightly better. Right, anyway. So I had that and then I had some of this yarn left over, and it's ever so lovely and soft. It's got lovely drape to it. This is the Shiny Happy Cotton. So I've got some of this left. Oh goodness, it's all unravelled. But I have quite a lot of this. So I've got it in Amalfi Red. I've got one, two, different one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I won a competition once and this was the prize. So I got 5 balls of the red and 5 balls of the Aperol orange. And then I also got for Christmas one year the kit for the Primo pullover, which I made, and then it looked awful, so I pulled it out. I think their sizing is really pap. So I had made it in this lovely coral. It's coming out a bit orangey red, but this, and then it had this colour as a contrast, which is not my scene at all. So I've got, I mean, I don't know how much is even in here. I'm guessing it's probably 5. I've got 1 hole, and then these that I pulled out of other stuff. I've also got black, so I've got 3 balls of the black and 3 balls of 3 and a bit balls of this. And 5 balls, as I said, of the red and the orange. Now I did think of, because I didn't like the this colour, I did a massive swatch of all different needle sizes so that I knew what the gauge was for each one. So I did 4mm, I did 5mm, I did 4.5 and 5.5. So that's all using the leftovers. I mean, there's a bit there which I can probably just get rid of. In fact, yes, I'll put that there. So yeah. So in my notebook I did make some ideas of what I could make with these, because it is lovely yarn. It feels dead nice. Is it in here? I thought that I could maybe make this vest out of the black, maybe, or the red. And I also thought like a striped jumper, something like this. And then I could use either this and this, or this and this. Wish I knew where I'd put that. I wrote it down because I wrote down how much I had of each one. I probably just did it at work and it's in a notebook somewhere. Anyway, then there's what I thought. So I've loads of that. I've also got a good load of the Sirdar Amalfi, which is a DK cotton and viscose, which I did make something else out of, a crocheted item, and then it just didn't sit very nicely, so I've loads of that as well to do something with. I've also got a few bits of Toft in here, which I should take out really. This was a little kit, I think, to do some amigurumi with. Oh, that must be, there were a flamingo, which I made that out of, and then I got some of this orange to maybe to use as some hair for like a doll. I'll leave it in there. What's this label? Alright, okay. So yeah, that's all the cotton I've got. So if anyone has any ideas about what to do with this, please let me know. In the comments below, give me some ideas. Okay, so that was the first box. The second box is things that you've probably seen. So I got 4 balls of this Rowan cotton cashmere. I bought these in the summer to make stuff with. Some drops cotton merino in the red to make a Whitmore, and some drops cotton muscat in the blue. Also in here is, oh, I need to go through this. I've got some Ricoh Essentials Merino DK. I think this was to make hats or something. In this, I mean, it might make some nice mittens or something. That's in, I don't know what colour it is. Colour 78. It's 50 grams of superwash merino. I'm sure it was for a hat or something. And then I've got 2 balls of this Rowan baby cash merino soft. Again, I think this was for hats or mitts or something. Which I might keep these out because it might be good for Christmas. And I've got the other ball of the footsie, the King Cole footsie in there. I've got loads of this orange because I was going to make a crocheted cardigan out of it. It's here we go. It's Shapier's Colour Crafter in the colour Leeuwarden. That's the orange one. I've got about, who knows what's in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 probably. 6 or 7 of these. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I've also got in here some macrame cord. And for some reason, my car insurance documents from 2020. Right. It's not until you go through like this that you see how much stuff you've accumulated. I mean, I'll never knit all this. But I mean, that has I'm going to keep them out. That has reminded me that I've got those. I don't remember why I bought them. Right, give me a minute. Right then. This, apart from that, is all the hand-dyed, unused stuff. Aside from sock sets, which is in a different place. So let's go through this. Right, so I have it in different categories. I have things that I have a purpose for, things that I don't have a purpose for, and things that I did have a purpose for, but now I don't want to use it for that purpose anymore. So, we'll start with the single skeins, okay? So I have this lovely sparkly stuff from Noodle Soup, some Beekeeper from Truly Hooked, this is all 4-ply, some Happy House from Bona Yarns, some Lemony from Lockwood Fibres, some Crushed Cherry Blossom from Bumbly Yarns, but is now Lonely Knitter. A sock blank from Noodle Soup, which I will make some socks out of at some point. I've got Grass is Greener from Truly Hooked and Duck Egg from Truly Hooked. Now, because I've got a few of these, I was going to put these four together. I don't know which order I'd said. To make a Miss Ziggy pullover, which is a striped pullover. I'll put a picture in. So they are kind of set aside for that. The rest are just here. I wanted some almost semi-solid, so I bought that. This just called to me. This was in a lucky dip. So there are all the single skeins with no... Oh, I've got a ball of... This was from Mimo Yarn, who's now based out of Canada. This was some slub called Charlie and the Seahorse, which I did make a top out of, but I bought two and I only used one for the top. What else have I got that's... Oh, I have two of this, but it's on different bases. So one is a Krypton sock, which is a high twist, and one is just a standard sock, but it's the Blue Lagoon from Truly Hooked. It's my favourite colour that she dyes. I've also got it on a Surrey alpaca. So one of these, I think probably that one, is to go with this and this to make a doodler. I've also got this on the Surrey, which I might use also in a doodler by Stephen West. That's what that's put aside for, which was going to be... I wasn't going to do the MKAL and I was going to do this instead, but I didn't. So that's... I might do this in the new year maybe. So that's that. I've got this, which is a 50 gram of double knit from Castleview Yarns. It's called Silly Old Bear. And I've got some of this, which goes really nice. I was going to make some Hydra mitts out of this. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I was going to put that together with that, because it's the same colour, and make a hat. Is it a Simple Pleasures hat by Pearl Soho? I'm not sure if it's just because it's wound up that it looks different. But that's that. I've got these two, which is Lockwood Fibres, I don't know the colourway because it's not written on it, and some Foxy from Pixie Yarns for a Pure Joy. That's what they're for. This is my DK from Stranded Dye Works, which is Flower Crown for a poncho. That's what that's for. I have this in DK also, which is Living Coral from Truly Hooked, and Won't Go Speechless by Castleview Yarns. That's going to be a Forestland sweater, which I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking I don't know about these colours anymore, but that's originally what they were for. That's been in the queue for ever. And then I did buy this, which is some Silver Burt from, or it'd be called something else now because she's changed the name of it. Neon Heart, Silver Neon Heart by What Mustard Made. But I was going to make a shawl for my sister, but this is BFL and it'll be too itchy. So again, I thought maybe I could hold it together with this cereal packer, which is called Twilight, because I think that looks really nice together. I could even make a ranunculus out of that, and then I could just wear a vest underneath and it might not bother me so much. And then I have 2 balls of this, which is Roxanne by Truly Hooked. I mean, that could be a love note, but it's not, it's fingering, I don't have anything to hold it with. Or again, it could be a ranunculus. It was going to be like a poncho to start with, but I went off that idea, so I've got 200 grams of that. So, shout out in the comments if you've got any ideas for anything. This especially, because it's lovely. 2, what can you do with 2? Like a t-shirt? Or a 3/4 length sleeve thing? I might see how my magpie tendency finishes out and maybe, I don't know, I need to think of something for this. Right, I'm going to put these back and then I'll show you the minis and the sock sets if you like. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. Right, so now I've got the baskets down that were up there. So these have mainly minis, sock yarn and leftovers. So I've got 1 basket. So I've shown you before, I've got this. Oh, nearly dropped it. This, which is anything that's less than 5, goes in here. This is 10 and above, but less than 20. So these little minis that came as like freebies when I've bought other yarn, like these from Kate Celine. There's a lot of leftovers from my, what's it called? My advent from last year. Leftovers from pairs of socks. So all of these are going to go into my mitered square blanket. Here we go. And then these are 20s, 20 gram minis. So I've got quite a lot of solids. I've got some full leftovers from advent calendars. And then some, yeah, that's an advent calendar. So there's from all sorts of places. There's some Castle View yarns, there's some Lockwood fibres, that's botanical yarn, the Fibre Fox. They're just all mixed up really. You know, for socks, and I didn't realise I had quite this many. So that's the other lot, which I mean might end up going into a blanket or something at some point. Then I've got sock yarn. I have this, I've never used this before, Nordeel's Viking of Norway, Nordeel's sock yarn. Do not use fabric softener. Superwash wool. It doesn't say what fibre content it is. Oh, wool, superwash wool nylon. I bought this to make something out of, because I've got the 52 weeks of socks, but a lot of them are quite patterned, so I bought this, oh no, to maybe make something for my husband in. It's got like faded. So that, I've got some socks here, and some more Heritage, Cascade Heritage. I didn't realise that's what it was, but again to make some more plainer, well, single coloured but like textured and patterned socks. Maybe that'll have to go on my Make 9. And then I have some of my sock sets from Lockwood Fibres that were, because I got this, I subscribed to her sock set in 2021. Gosh, it's got foggy. Anyway, so I've got February, August. I got extra in that because she had a delay, so that's like 100 grams and 50. So I could do something other than socks with that. So I've got January and February. I've also got my strawberry shortcake, strawberry cheesecake yarn from Adventures in Yarncraft, which was to make these socks, which was on my Make 9, so I should have done that really. And then I have a Ducky Darlings sister sock set, which is 2 times 50 grams. So I did think of making some curio socks by Andre Mowry with those. And then I've got the last of my cream egg yarn in there. See, this is why I buy 50 gram sock sets, because if I get 100 gram, like I've made some shorties, but I'll maybe make my sister a pair for next Easter with that. So that's the sock sets and sock yarn. Also in there I've got the Yarn Badger self-striping. And then I've got, this is just leftovers. I mean, if I've not got a colour scheme, I don't know. Except for these, everything else is very much on a theme, is it not? Of tealy blues and greens. Anyway, so these are mainly from, there's my shawlography yarn in here. That was shawlography. This was Winter Lights shawl. I've got the leftovers from my Volcano Trail. And then there's just some West Yorkshire Spinners leftovers in there. That was from a hat. So I was thinking of seeing how much I have of all of these, and I made some plans to do some stash busting with either a Vertices Unite or a Textures Unite. So I wrote down all the things, the yardage amounts for each size. So I did think I might make just a small Vertices Unite and see if I can use some of these in it. I thought they had more. Obviously I don't have a lot of different colours, but that might be nice that it all is the same. Or because the small one, you don't use more than 50 grams of any of the colours. And even and I think that might be nice to have a smaller version of it. I might even let Min have it. Oh, my tea's gone cold. So that was the plan, to have a look at the leftovers there. So the rest of the yarn up there is just acrylic, leftover acrylic stuff from when I used to do crocheting blankets and things like that. So, oh, and then there's my basket, which has my shawls in. Which are all falling out. So when I put new things on the wall, there's my Nostapine. So there's my XY scarf there. I've just got some of these scented sachets just to have around the room. That's just some socks. I've got my Adventuresome wrap, which I might get out and start wearing, to be honest. What's that? Oh, that's a sockhead hat. Let's stick them with them. On my volcano trail. Have I ever shown you this? Which is, oh, it's so toasty. Nice. So that's in there. I tend to have them in these, you know, you get these organza bags from Wool Warehouse. So, and my shawlography's in there as well. It really doesn't get a lot of wear. I ought to get it out and just get it worn for a few times and get used to it. There's my winter lights. That must be downstairs. Yep, so they're all kept in this basket along with a leftover one of these. So my project cards, I just, when I've finished them, I put them in here. It's like a photo album that I got from Paper Chase. So it's just clean. Things like that. So yeah, so that's everything in the room. I don't know if there's anything else clever really. No, there's just bits and bobs really. So that's it for now. I now need to tidy up all the mess that I've made from trying to sort out all my stuff. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed having a look around the craft room and seeing what's in here. It's made me realise that I really do not need to buy any more wool. But, like, it's going to stop me. And I've got my advent calendar up there. That's not counting all the stuff that's down there being knitted on as well. As they say, it is two different hobbies, isn't it? Collecting the yarn, knitting the yarn. Oh, I need to do some more of that blanket as well. It just reminded me seeing all those. Okay. Oh, as I said, thank you for... Oh, can't see me now. Thank you for joining me on the little tour. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the bits and bobs that's in here. Please like and subscribe. I'll be back again in another week or so with a podcast of all the stuff that I've been working on. So yeah, join me then, and I'll see you soon. Bye.